So we're back with another video today, trying to put some real life scenarios into place so that you can understand how you might finance some of your property deals but structure them as well. Now, Jamie's recently completed a project that has had some really big recognition and great reviews off of actually being able to find something that works really well in your favour. Jamie is a property investor and also recently he's been looking into starting out a new career as a property finance advisor as well. But Jamie, tell us a little bit about this deal and what your original plan for it was.
Yeah, so the property was a commercial residential mixed-use block within Newport. The plan was to purchase, split the titles, add value. Initially purchasing at a set price, adding value, and then pulling all, if not, leaving a little bit of cash in the deal. That was the initial plan. I mean, the figures were pretty solid in regards to the area. I know the area, I know the minimum and maximum values, and I kind of knew the potential of the property as a deal in itself. We knew that there was Brexit on the horizon, and we knew the election decision was coming. So they're kind of the things we had to navigate to make sure we maximised the end valuation. And yeah, that was pretty much the structure of the deal. Purchase at a discounted rate, add value, and then refinance.
Okay, and you took a bridge for this purchase, didn't you? What was the benefit to you of using a bridge?
So from a bridge perspective, it was short-term lending. It allowed us to get into the deal, to gain access to the property, and initially finance the front end of the deal. The figures were done initially on 75% loan to value. We were predicting potentially a 375k end value. But like I just touched on, Brexit, the elections, and a few other issues kind of complicated things. There was still outstanding planning permission, etc. But from a bridging perspective, the advantages were we were able to present the deal to the lenders. They were happy with it. It held good strength, and therefore we were able to proceed pretty quick, really.
Which makes a lot of sense. And a lot of lenders, certainly since Brexit and the dreaded pandemic that we've just worked our way through for the most part, they always ask about your exit strategy and how you intend on providing them with a robust exit. What was your thought process with this and what did you end up doing?
So our exit was pretty much based around having 2 commercial units and 4 residential units, all with private gardens. We managed to get the 3 single bed flats with private gardens. We needed to rectify the planning permission because there was outstanding planning permission which would have affected the end value by about £30,000. And there was some issues with the utilities, so they needed to be split in order to split the titles on completion, all of which added value throughout the process. And individually we knew what the values potentially could be. And one thing I would say is all throughout the process, you're gathering evidence, pictures, your schedule of works are rock solid. All of that adds up then to the very end case and package you hand over to the valuer, and it allows you then to put your case forward why you think this property is worth the higher end of the market rather than the lower end. And that was quite important to achieve in the end valuation that we did. Therefore, the whole structure of the deal, making it, we left 15k in the deal, but we'll the rents shortly. But yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic deal overall. Purchase for 275, round it to 30k. Renovation, I mean the end value 25, so we were able to pull out 297,000 all in all. So yeah, it was a fantastic deal.
And I suppose the most important question now, did it work and has it turned into profit?
Yeah, absolutely. So the gross rent roll is 42k a year with a net profit of probably 24k a year. The occupancy has been rock solid, 100%. I inherited one tenant from the previous landlord. All the other units were empty. Everyone has kept up with payments. It's been difficult for the businesses, certainly local businesses, but the business grants that they've been given have obviously helped them through this difficult period. But yeah, occupancy is great. Tenant referencing was important. I think we had 50-60 people per unit interested. Due to the standard of the renovation, we were able to achieve a really good, weekly rents I charge versus monthly rents. And the reason I like doing weekly rents is because it allows you to have interaction at an early stage if there's a missed payment. So that's been quite integral. So this is only the way that I manage my properties. The weekly rents allow you at least 4 opportunities during a month to make contact with a tenant if they're experiencing difficulty for whatever reason, and you're able to kind of rectify that sooner rather than later. It's not everyone's direction, monthly payments works, and there is a little bit more work involved in collecting weekly rents, but it's something that's worked, and I'm currently on 100% occupancy with 100% of the payments coming in, so that's worked quite well.
So you mentioned a few times about the personal aspect of that, about the way that you're doing it. What has been the benefit of you personally from structuring things the way you have with this particular deal?
So we initially we purchased through a limited company, and for various benefits, but more for passing the portfolio on to my children in the future. It has that benefits, and you can add to the portfolio. Some of the benefits of buying a commercial to residential block was that it was all classed as a commercial purchase. Therefore, the stamp duty land tax was significantly reduced. We paid 2,200 for the whole block, which is, as you guys know, a big difference in your standard kind of land tax. So that's pretty much it from a purchase in a limited company. Further down the line then is handing that kind of portfolio over to the children. There are tax benefits. I'm not a tax advisor, by the way, but there are tax benefits. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, the whole deal was, from the outset, limited company, bridge to term loan for the exit. And the guys, obviously, and the team at Harvey Bowes kind of guided me through that initially. Because it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy by any stretch of the imagination, but with the guidance throughout from the financial side of it and the relationships Harvey Bowes has got with the lenders was key to getting the deal over the line. So that's pretty much the story of the deal. And yeah.
So it's all sounding good and clearly a really successful project. So what's next? What have you got in the pipeline?
So we're in the middle of a renovation of 2 flats. They were it was a cannabis factory with quite a few plants in, with quite a lot of damage. The lucky part for us, we had a structural survey completed on the property, and there was no major structural issues to deal with. Lots of holes, lots of things to fix, but we're cracking on. We picked it up for a really good price. The renovations are going to be equal to the price that we paid for the property, but there is a nice amount of profit at the end of it. Where we're at the moment, we're probably 4 weeks away from completion, and both flats are going to be done to a really good standard. We're kind of, first exit is going to be sell. If for whatever reason we don't sell within 6 to 8 weeks, then we'll look to refinance and go down, we'll rent it out. So that's kind of where we're at with that. I've got a few irons in the fire with other offers out there at various stages, and hopefully we're going to be moving towards a few HMOs in the future, and potentially bigger blocks of commercial to residential conversions of individual flats. That's kind of the plan for the next 12 months.
So plenty going for the next year.
Absolutely, yeah. lots to get stuck into.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for that, Jamie, and be sure to make sure you stay up to date with all these videos as well, because we will be reviewing these again at the end of these completed projects, so we can see a little bit more about what Jamie's been up to and if his next project is going to be If you do need any help from the team at Harvey Bowes, the email address, the phone numbers and the website are in the description below, and we look forward to speaking to you. But thanks again, Jamie, and we'll see you all soon.